Have you ever felt like someone was watching you, even when you were completely alone? Tonight's story isn't a legend. It actually happened. And once you hear it, you might not want to sleep alone again. Our neighboring house belongs to the Arbindo family. Ever since I was a child, I've heard that this house is haunted. That is, there is something wrong with that place. A long time ago, people said that every night, a veiled new bride would stand in front of the main gate. Some claimed they saw a beautiful deer, others swore they saw a white horse, and here's the terrifying part. Anyone who chased after the bride, or the deer, or the horse, never came back. At that time, there were no other houses nearby. This was the oldest house in the area. No one knows who owned it before, but no one could live there. Later, Arvind Dadu's father bought the house and moved in. Gradually, more houses were built around it. After buying the house, something terrible happened. I don't know exactly what problems he faced at first, but everyone knows this for sure. All 8 of his children drowned in the small pond right in front of the house. Even though he had heard rumors that no child survived near that pond, he and his wife watched their children constantly. Still, one by one, every child died in that same pond. In the end, to save his bloodline, he rented a house elsewhere. Later, Arbindo's grandfather was born and sent to live with his uncle. When he grew up, he returned to his ancestral home. Around here, people always consult a local herbal healer before buying land. They believe the healer can sense whether a place has bad energy. Back in 1960, when my grandfather bought our land, the healer told him the land itself was safe, but just north of our land was Arvind Dadu's house. And about 50 feet southeast, there were 2 thick bushes. Both places were said to be filled with dark energy. Still, my grandfather bought the land. At that time, no one from Arvind Dadu's family lived there. His father had already died young. Years passed. Arvind Dadu worked in Chittagong City, and the house was rented out again and again. Every year, 2 or 3 families would move in, but none of them could stay longer than 2 or 3 months. Because we were neighbors, I became close to many of the tenants. They spent most of their days at our house, but after sunset, no one ever stepped outside. Just by looking at their faces, we knew something was terribly wrong. When we asked, they stayed silent. This was around 2009. One day, a woman from our neighborhood rented the house. Before she moved in, we warned her. We told her everything, but she was brave. The house had a beautiful garden, a large yard, and the rent was unbelievably low. She didn't want to miss the chance. After she moved out, we finally heard what she went through. No matter how normal the house looked from outside, inside it was dark all the time, day or night, sunlight or moonlight. The house stayed pitch black, like a dark cloud blocking all light. If no one was in the kitchen, you could hear spices being ground. You could hear footsteps on the stairs. These things happened regularly. No electric bulb lasted more than a week. Her husband worked in Sylhet, but late at night someone would call his name from outside. "Open the door. I've come." When they opened the door, there was no one. After that, they only opened the door if the husband called on the phone first. The scariest nights were the new moon nights. Something always moved near the southern corner of the yard. You could hear it walking. You could hear it humming. But even with a flashlight, nothing was visible. As the night went on, the humming grew louder. Then came the knocking, on doors, on windows. The woman was fearless. She believed that whatever it wasn't harming her. So she stayed. But one night she was sick and couldn't eat all day. She was weak and irritated. That night at 10:30 p.m., the humming began again. The banging on doors and windows, every 7 or 8 minutes, became unbearable. She came out of the kitchen holding a knife and shouted, "What's going on?" She opened the balcony window, and what she saw was something she was never prepared for. 2 enormous blood-red eyes stared at her through the grill. Each eye was as large as a human head. Just eyes, nothing else. Glowing red, filled with rage. She froze, her hand still gripping the window. Her body turned to stone. She couldn't blink. Tears streamed down her face. Her chest moved as she breathed. But nothing else moved. That night she was alone. And the next morning, I went to her house. I called out to her again and again. No response. I thought she was asleep. As I walked along the south side of the house, I looked through the bedroom window and froze. She was standing there, motionless, unblinking, like a statue. I immediately called her husband. The neighbors gathered. We broke down the door and brought her to our house. Her hand was still frozen, as if gripping the window. Her husband arrived the next day and took her to an ashram in Sitakunda district. It took 15 days for her to recover. She never returned to that house. She moved to Sealit. This story is true. I hope you felt the fear. We'll stop here for now. Next time we will come with another crazy story. Hope you liked the story. Subscribe for more like this. Have a good night.